Hello, welcome to another one of my informational videos. Today I'm going to be doing a continuation on one of my previous videos. It was called Satan Made Me Do It. I think that was the name of it. So I'm going to be doing part two, more of a continuation on kind of what I was saying. I was kind of stressed out a little bit when I was making that video, so I didn't get to include everything that I wanted to say about it. Um, so I kind of had given the negative end on how people will give Satan too much credit sometimes, when really it would probably help the situation to um excuse me, to self-examine and take responsibility for some of their actions. Now, I think mostly the reason people say things like, you know, Satan's really attacking a relationship or things like that is because they don't know that they are part of the problem, which is understandable. I mean, I really do understand why people say it that way, um, because I'm sure I do the same thing in certain situations. Um, but just I think I was just trying to say that it would probably help more when we look at personal relationships to try not to say too much in Satan's direction. But I understand it's going to happen. I really wanted to talk about more of how I feel like that kind of, um, I guess you call it a saying or that kind of phrase. It's not usually like Satan made me do it, but uh, when you start going into talking about Satan and his influence over a situation, um, there is more of something I would feel like is more acceptable. And again, I'm no expert. I don't know what a lot of people feel, but I just kind of imagine it would help with communication to kind of, um, if we are going to talk about, Satan's influence or God's influence, to try to take it away from relationships. Like, for example, this is something me and my husband are we're talking about. We had a mouse infestation for a long time, and in our house that we were remodeling, and we've had a rat infestation as well. Well, we had a one particular rat. We think it's just one that got into our house, and it's just been kind of frustrating, and so we were kind of just saying that, you know I guess we said it like, Satan sent the rat, or it feels like we're under attack from Satan. You know, Kind of generalizing, I guess, the feeling of what it feels like, to be going through what we're going through. Now, yes, there are a lot of details and there are a lot of explanations for what we're going through. We don't have to say things like, well, Satan, Satan is just really attacking us right now. That's a very general way to put it, but I think it's more accepted that way. Well, I guess I'll just speak for myself. It doesn't rub me the wrong way if it's talked about like that. I know I've been to churches sometimes, and they'll use that kind of phrasing a lot. We're just really being attacked by Satan. But I mean, you know, um, it probably is better for people to hear details. You know, I say strangers. Me and my husband kind of understand our own language, but, like, if I get out and meet somebody in public, it's probably gonna rub them the wrong way to say, well, if I'm in the grocery store and there's long lines, well, Satan's really attacking the grocery store. I mean, it's probably not gonna make other people outside of my marriage feel too good. So, I'm not saying that this is necessarily the right way to talk. I'm just kind of trying to explain maybe what people are trying to say when they say stuff like that, what I'm trying to say when I say stuff like that. Like a lot of times, I've seen some people, and this includes myself, when they say Satan's really attacking right now. Um, the reason sometimes we say it like that, well, I'll speak for myself. The reason I say it like that is because you can sometimes it's really not just one thing, but it can be one thing. I'll try to use this rat situation that me and my husband are going through. We have this rat in our house, and like some things with when God is there's so many ways I could go with this. When when it feels like things are, I'll just say, kind of in balance, like there's nothing. Uh, it's hard to. I'm sorry, it's hard to explain. Um, like you have this kind of daily life where you're not really stressed out. Now you have little stresses, you'll have stress, and you'll have hard days and bad days and all that. But you kind of have like a routine and a constant kind of high and low area that you stay in. That's kind of how it is being a Christian, and I'm sure that's a different video. But anyway, um, when it feels like Satan's attacking, it will go to a place that it doesn't usually go to, and sometimes it will stay in a place that it doesn't usually stay, in a lowness that you've never experienced. So um, I've always kind of assumed people say that, unless it's like the relationship direction, like I was talking about. Like I said, some people just say, well, Satan's attacking our relationship. But I don't really look at it that way. But um, I've heard people just say, well, Satan's really attacking, and what I am gathering from that is that it feels like things are in a place that they've never been, and could be, like I said, staying in a place that for a long time they've never been. And like I said, I'll use the rat example. We had a rat get into our house, and when you're in that place like I was talking about, where it's not, you're not going any higher and lower than you usually do. It's just kind of the same kind of stuff. Um, it would probably look to me like, we catch the rat in you know, a typical snap trap, I think they're called, if you've ever seen them. Just the snap traps out there. I mean, that's kind of, I mean, having a rat in your house is bad enough, but that's not really unusual. Um, well, I mean, it's not unusual for the highs and lows that me and my husband experience. So, so when, it's probably all typical until we get to the point where we've bought these snap traps and the rat does not get caught in the snap traps. Okay, now we're pushing a little bit further than where we usually go if we have a bad experience or a low experience. And I'm sorry if this doesn't make sense, but it's hard to explain. But anyway, so we're not catching the rat with the rat traps, and now a week or two's passed. We've tried different traps. We tried probably like 5 different traps. Still haven't caught the rat. It's getting all over our counters. It's jumping into trash cans. It's trying to eat food. It's just um, it feels like it's wreaking havoc in our downstairs where we like to watch TV and stuff like that. So when so now we're talking about a longer extended time of feeling this like low feeling that we're not used to. Me and my husband are not used to. Um, so that's kind of what I would call Satan. It feels like Satan's attacking. You're just you're feeling something that's unusual. It's not normal for your um, daily life, and I do hate to say that sometimes there are a lot of bad times in I guess Christian's daily life, if you want to say it that way. Um, but this is just one particular example to kind of give you an idea of what people might be meaning when they say it. But it's not really a negative. It's just trying to give a person an idea of how how much pressure they're feeling, how much pain they may be going through. It's extra than usual. But anyway, I'm I'm trying to be more open about people when they use that phrase. I still can't say that I like it when people use it because, like I said, there's a lot more detail in it, and I just happen to want to hear more details from people. I like to hear the background information, but it is a lot to share. Just like this video. It's a lot of information to share, and I probably haven't given you half of it. So anyway, I don't want to go on too long, and so I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. But anyway, if you have any questions, just leave them in the comments. Thank you. Have a good day.